Okay, so just one last brief little video. We're on page 254 of New Wider World. There's just half a page of stuff to go through here, okay? First of all, it's titled Soil Erosion. And this is a good little diagram. Again, it goes through the major causes of soil erosion. Same stuff: overgrazing, too many crops, cutting down trees, mining, wind blowing away soil, overcultivation, building highways, okay? So again, it's just a very obvious, simple list of the causes of erosion, okay? If we move down the page, all right, let me just do that. Now, these 2 points are important. It can take up to 400 years for a centimetre of soil to form, and between 3 and 12,000 years to produce enough or sufficient depth for farming, okay, which is a huge amount. This land is needed to feed an ever-growing world population. So you need to know those two bits. Now, we have X amount of land, and we have a growing population constantly. So again, it comes back to these simple facts. We're trying to grow more food on the same amount, well, on less land, right? And to do that, we're using more forceful farming techniques, which lead to our soil erosion, right? That's all it is. So again, you can see the same stuff. Erosion is most rapid in areas where the land is mismanaged, again by humans. Protect vegetation cover is removed. Climatic conditions are extreme. So again, it's back to climate change and overpopulation of people. When we got too many people, we cut down trees for fuel, for clearing land to grow food, for keeping animals, and then the soil has no cover. All right. So again, look, removal of vegetation. With deforestation being a major cause, where vegetation is removed, there will be no replacement of humus. So if there's no vegetation there, there's no nutrients going back into the soil. Turns to dust, blows away. Very simple. Again, no roots to bind the soil together. So if there's rainfall occurs, all right, the soil will simply be washed away. So it's just the same stuff again and again. Down here, overcultivation, overgrazing. I'm not going into it, but if you want the definitions, they're just beside it, all right? So you should know this stuff fairly straightforward now. It's all the same for deserts and for soils. What we're going to do is we're going to make some notes. Go back to your folder sheet. I'm going to show you a case study from America called the Dust Bowl. Okay, we'll be making 5 or 6 bullet points of notes, that's all, and you can do that on your folder sheet again. Okay, so let's nip back to our PowerPoint, okay? Just on the next page, what you can just do is the Dust Bowl case study, so you can put that heading under where the keywords are on your notes, all right? And again, we're not going to read the sheet. I found a different website. It's got more information and a little bit more interesting. So again, this is back in the mid 20th century, 1930s of the USA. Okay, so you can see the little villages here. You can see this huge big wall of dust. You can see the cars and houses covered, and this is dead animals covered in dust as well. Okay, so we're going to have a little look at this. I'll tell you exactly what notes you need to make. Okay, so this was erosion caused by wind. So first of all, I want to put down, you can put down where question mark, and we're going to say middle of United States, Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma. All right. Then what question mark? A 10-year period of drought occurred in the 1930s. So it's almost 100 years ago, but it's still affecting people and the region today. All right. So drought that lasted for 10 years, no rain for 10 years. All right. So let's have a little look through what happened. Okay, the Dust Bowl happened because people came to an area known as the Great Plains and started farming. So we've done where, we've done what. You can put down why question mark. Okay, farming in the Great Plains of America. All right. Then the land was not ideal for farming, but the settlers didn't realize this. They thought, oh, it'll be great. Okay. Before this, this area, all right, people had passed through, and it did not seem worth staying. All right, there was no gold. The land was kind of useless, and actually it looked more like a desert. It was actually called the Great American Desert. So when they got there first, after America got independence, people were like, nah, let's keep moving to the west. Years later, though, settlers began to arrive in the 1880s. All right, and there had been a period of exceptionally heavy rains. The plains were now bursting with tall grasses and appeared to be ideal for farming. Few people remembered how dry the plains were just 20 years before. So again, under the why, we're going to do a little bit from this in here. People mistakenly believe that farming itself would cause more rain to fall. All right. They also built railroads and all sorts of stuff, roads coming into the area, and the population started to increase. So they started farming, the population started to increase, they started to farm more. In the 1890s, there was a short drought, but the rains came back. So everyone was like, okay, droughts are not normal, it rains here all the time. In the 1930s, the drought returned and lasted for 10 years. Okay, so you can put down results. 10-year drought, farmers were broken, they'd broken up the prairie soil and ploughed the native grassland. Alright, they'd planted wheat. The wheat could not survive in the drought. Alright, as the wheat died, the soil got blown away. So again, impacts. Too much wheat, it died without rain. As the wheat died, the soil simply turned to dust and blew away. Alright, so huge dust storms with millions of tons of soil in the air that actually end up covering nearly half the United States all the way to New York City. Alright, so what I want to just do very quickly, if you scroll down, there's some little videos like this. I don't want any sound on it. So again, it's just pictures, but just to get some scale, they had these huge big dust clouds sweeping across the land. Okay. Oh. So again, you can see these huge big dust clouds sweeping across, and they covered everything. People died and they couldn't grow any crops, and that was the end of business there. Okay. If you want some more impacts, you know, cows were found dead, people coughing up clumps of dirt, many died from breathing difficulties, and a lot of America got destroyed. Okay, but just add those notes to your PowerPoint. There's no assignment with today's lesson. I'll be giving you an assignment tomorrow, so just make sure you have your notes intact. Okay.